we are underway here at Hockenheim. Corey McFarlane maintains the lead into turn 1. Daniel Yeaman slots in behind him. Cameron Dance goes up into P3. So good start from him. And Aaron Smith is in P4 with a small gap to the top 3. As we see Mike Wayne having a look up the inside of Nevaeh Klink for turn 2. Isn't able to do anything there. As we go down into the hairpin for the first time, let's see if anybody pops out for a little dive bomb. As we see a car locking up and going wide, that is Corey Brand, I believe, going wide there. And also Nevaeh Klink just ahead. None of them losing any time or positions, of course, so they slot back in line. Corey McFarlane already has a 1.6 second gap as we cross the line to start lap 2 of 34, which is the scheduled race distance tonight. Of course, 50% of the real-life race distances in this league. And Corey McFarlane continues to pull away, even in turn 1 there, getting a really nice line and again pulling out 2 tenths there. As Cameron Dance is now putting Daniel Yeaman under pressure, as he is actually alongside him right now. Battle for P2. Daniel Yeaman, just gonna note, is on the mediums. Cameron Dance on the softs. So Cameron should have the most grip of those 2 drivers early on. Oh, as Cameron tried to do a cutback, but the car behind him, Aaron Smith, didn't quite expect it. So I had to get on the brakes again. Just about managed to get through that okay. No contact for any of the drivers, I do believe. I didn't see any at least. But Cameron is for sure putting the pressure on Daniel Yeaman. And this, of course, allows Corey McFarlane to pull away in the lead. Gap already up to 3.4 seconds. Oh my goodness, what is the pace Corey is laying down right now. That is safe to say that it's quite impressive this early on. Of course, high fuel load on these cars. No refueling in these F1 cars. So the cars will be tricky to drive early on. But it should get better, of course, as the fuel load burns down. Maybe a little odd of a comparison, but last night in the NASCAR series for Velocity Online Racing, the next gen cars at Phoenix, we saw a lot of people using up their tires early on as Daniel Yeaman loses the rear end but holds onto the car once again. So 2 saves in 2 laps. But Cameron Dance is going to open the DRS. Gonna have a look down into the hairpin. There you can see him popping out of the slipstream. He has a look up the inside, late on the brakes. Parks the car on the apex there as Daniel Yeaman gets turned, I believe, by Aaron Smith. As Nevaeh Klink and Stephen Grabowski are also battling for position. Aaron Smith trying to get on the power, but gets some wheel spin. And Nevaeh goes by Aaron here as well. And they've got to be careful here. Very messy situation at the moment. But it looks like they've all recovered pretty nicely. Oh, it's a big mess down into turn 6 again. Aaron Smith on the outside of the hairpin here. As... who's that? Daniel Yeaman seems to have spun. So he's going to lose some lap time here. Or is that Mike Wayne? I can't really tell. Nevaeh Klink goes up the inside and he makes contact with Aaron Smith. And he went in too deep on the brakes, I think. Went in a little bit wide. Or Aaron could have just shut the door on him there. We will have to get a replay of this as well in just a second. But chaotic racing on only lap 6. And definitely front wing damage for Nevaeh Klink there. That's really going to hurt his car's performance on the medium tires as well. So not great for him. He was trying to go longer on the first stint. As we go on board here. With Corey Brandt. As Mike Wayne loses the rear end. And Corey, I think, just about avoided him. That was really close between the 2 drivers. But I think he got away with it. As Mike loses some lap time there. Stephen goes by him as well. So I think the tires are already going off for those drivers and it's really catching them off guard. But up front, it's pretty calm as we see Nevaeh Klink slotting in behind Aaron Smith there. So Aaron Smith getting by in the hairpin there. But at the front, it's been pretty calm. Corey McFarlane still leads from Cameron Dance. About 5 seconds separate the 2 drivers and it hasn't really changed in the last 2 or 3 laps. Goes up to Jackson and Didi goes to the softs. Cameron Dance also in the pits. I would imagine going to try to make an attempt at fastest lap. Which gives you 1 extra bonus point. Which could help you in the championship fight. He's got to make sure he finishes and he rejoins and finishes ahead of Aaron Smith though to make that work. But I think he's going to be okay. So Yeaman has a 21 second gap to try and close. It will be difficult, but I wouldn't put him out of contention just yet. It's not quite the Grand Slam for Corey McFarlane, which is leading all of the laps, but it is the most laps led. Started from pole, dominated the race. Corey McFarlane rounds the final corner. He's going to win at the Hockenheim Ring. Excellent performance. And I believe he's also going to take the championship lead, but we will have to get official confirmation from that by Gavin Sanders, the race control and standings man for the league. Daniel Yeaman crosses the line. And does get the fastest lap. 1 minute 16.229 for Daniel Yeaman. Finishes P2. Great race from him as well. Stephen Grabowski crosses the line P3. Another really good performance by Stephen. Definitely making a big improvement and step forwards from last season. So Corey McFarlane and Cameron Dance are going to be tied on points. But because Cameron Dance at the moment has more wins than Corey this season, Cameron has 2 compared to Corey's 1 win tonight. Cameron will be leading the championship, of course, based on the amount of wins. So a tied championship after 3 races. Very interesting. As Corey McFarlane and the rest of the Drop Bear boys burn it down. Before we go, check out the NASCAR, F1 and IndyCar Discord servers on velocityonlinracing.com. If you would like to be a part of the leagues, then that's the place to be in the Discord servers. Sign-ups are on those servers, so go there if you want to get involved. And of course, next week we have a break week, so no racing action from the F1 side of things. So for those watching the F1 stuff only, we will be back in 2 weeks at the Indianapolis Road Course.